And the first thing that I'm doing in the 124 GT will be to spank it at 100 miles an hour. Here we go. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Stef ABtv. Now today I am super excited to present to you what's behind me, the UK launch of the Abarth 124 Spider GT. Behind me is the first time that this car has been out and about in the UK, and I'm super excited to have a go. But first, let me show you what this car's all about. Alright, so obviously behind me is the first UK 124 Spider GT. Now, I've done a couple of videos with 124 Spiders before, as all of you guys who have subscribed to my channel will already know that, but there's a couple of differences between this 124 Spider in front of me here and the stuff that you guys have seen on the channel already. So, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit subscribe for plenty of automotive content over here on Instagram for loads of photos and pre-YouTube stuff. But the thing behind me there, let's see what the differences are. So let's start with the back. Now you have the obviously the Abarth 124 GT badge there, which does look very nice. I do like the styling of it. But the big noticeable difference is, of course, the roof. The ability to have a hard top roof with beautiful, in my opinion, carbon weave. I think that looks really, really, really nice and does sit really flush. Now, there's been a couple of people who have said that the heating lines on the back have not been an ideal positioned and it should have been clear. But for me, I don't really mind. I think it looks fine. What I'd really do like though is the way the hood kind of curves all the way around it, and it makes the visibility a lot better as well from when you're within the car. Other things that you get with the 124 GT obviously are the carbon fiber wing mirrors. Now this specific car you'll see doesn't have the carbon fiber wing mirrors, and that is because a standard 124 GT does not come with the carbon fiber front lip, which you see here, and the carbon fiber wing mirrors. They don't have them. You have to buy those as an optional extra, and also you can see that it doesn't have the visibility pack, so those are all extras that you need to add. The other big difference with this car, as you can probably tell from the side, is the wheels you get with it. Now you get the Ultra Legeras in 17s on this car. You get the Brembo brakes as you do in all of the Spiders, but I really like these. I really do. There's an argument that potentially they look a little bit small in comparison against the rest of the car, where the old wheels, maybe because they were fuller, they filled the car a bit more. But I think the 124 GT, just from a visual perspective, does look very cool. Now the price of the 124 GT behind me is still yet to be announced, so I don't have a price, as much as I'd love to tell you, maybe even for myself, but there is no price attached to this just yet. Also, there'll be people wanting to know, how much does the hood cost? How much does the carbon fiber hood cost if you have your own 124 Spider, not necessarily GT, and wanted to buy that? Again, that is still yet to be announced, so I can't tell you that information, but believe me, if I knew, I would tell you. But I think it looks great. I really do. I think it looks absolutely stunning. I love the color it comes in. It's an absolutely beautiful color, and I think the subtle details that you get with it, once you've gone via the optional extras and you've got the carbon fiber wing mirrors, you've got the visibility pack, and you've got the carbon fiber front grille, or the front lip even, I think for me, then that becomes the ultimate 124 Spider, in my opinion. But yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to take this out. Obviously you guys have been out with me in a 124 Spider before. This isn't anything new to you guys. The power delivery on this thing is still the same. It's still 170 horsepower. It's still running a 1.4 turbo multi-air engine, but we've got a high-speed ring that I can take this on. So I can take this to 100 miles an hour legally. Let's do that. We'll do that, do some handling, and I'll give you my final verdict on the 124 GT. Now again, this is a very quick video because there's so much going on, and if you obviously subscribe to the channel, you'll know that there's more stuff coming. We're at SMMT, which is kind of like a track day for all the brands, bringing down their products for us automotive journalists, YouTubers, influencers to try out. So let's jump in the car, let's see what it's like. as we get back into the interior of this car, the interior itself is no different to the standard Abarth 124 Spider. As in, when I say standard, I mean the non-124 GT version. You get the sat nav as you would do in these cars, but the main thing that, you know, the reminder that I have already sitting in this car is the fun factor. And the first thing that I'm doing in the 124 GT will be to spank it at 100 miles an hour legally. So let's do that. Here we go. Here we go. 95, 100, and then into 6th gear. So let's talk about noise. There is a bit of cabin noise at 100 miles an hour with the hardtop roof, but not anything that you wouldn't already feel from the soft top that you get on a normal Spider. And I think one of the things that I noticed when I had the original Spider was, in fact, let me just slow it down and talk to you a bit. It's cruising at 100 miles an hour casually. Here we go. For those of you who haven't seen any of these videos before, I am allowed to do 100 miles an hour because we're at Millbrook Proving Ground. No, what I'm saying, so the wind noise on the standard 124 Spider anyway, I think once you get past around about the 75, 80 mile an hour, with a soft top you tend to hear it anyway. That's not really a gripe at all. With the hard top, however, you don't really hear that much. In fact, let me get to 80 just to prove the point. Okay, I'm at 85 miles an hour right now. Now, I remember when I did the videos, when I had the 124 myself, at 85 miles, I could hear wind noise and I could hear a lot of outside noise from the soft top. But this hard top, it's quiet in here. I think it eliminates the majority of that wind noise that you get from it, which is brilliant. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I would expect it to be in the region of around 3 grand, maybe. I don't know. It's a big panel for a car, but Abarth haven't given me the pricing yet, so I can't actually tell you, which is a shame. But to be the first, you know, to have the opportunity to drive the 124 GT for the first time in the UK, it's made its UK debut today at Millbrook. That's been pretty cool. Let's take this out now on a bit of a handling course more than anything. I'll catch up with you in a second. Right, so we've got the car off the 100 mile an hour loop, if you like, and we're now going to see what the handling's like. The handling on the 124 Spider for me is one of its biggest selling points. The fact that it's so well balanced, the fact that you have that 50-50 split as well, it's just absolutely incredible. And I remember when I drove it around the Black Mountain Pass, it just felt, you know, you were really connected to it. And I think that when you take the 124 Spider and you know, think about what it is, that driving experience and character, coupled with beautifully balanced steering and, you know, the feel of the car, is what makes it so special. Coupled with the Monza exhaust that you're hearing, hang on, there, you know, it sounds fantastic as it always does. Let's see what it's like from a handling perspective. So we've got a couple of twisty corners coming up here, so let's do that. Yeah, look at that. That's superb. It just takes them. It really does. And that's one of the things that Abarth really got right with the Spider, was its handling. I mean, take a corner, no problem. Another tight bend here. What do we think? Second gear, let's do second gear. Yeah, I mean, look, balance well for a rear-wheel drive car. You just can't complain. You know, the back end on these things it's controllable. It really is, and always loved the Spider. That hasn't changed. And I think even with the hard top, it doesn't really make a difference. You still get that perfect weight distribution. You still get that handling that you want from the 124 Spider. And I think for me, the hard top is a great addition, particularly if you live in the UK. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. How often do we really get the chance to have the roof done in the UK? 3-4 days a year, if that. For those buying this car from a European market or buying it over in Italy, excuse me, you'll have the roof down all the time. But for us in the UK, having the luxury of a hard top is definitely something that we will all welcome. But I just can't. This is such a great little test track. It really is. I mean, look at this. Look at that. It does just handle ridiculously well. Right, let's get this thing back to Abarth, and then we'll summarise. That sound never gets old. So it's been a brilliant drive, a brilliant first drive of the 124 GT Spider. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I really like the roof. Hasn't changed the handling whatsoever. It still performs beautifully. You've got that great 50-50 split still. And for me, the roof itself is going to be in high demand once it's available. Again, don't have the price for it yet. Don't have the price for the Spider just yet, but when I do, I'll let everybody know. But guys, my name's been Steph. You guys have been awesome. Of course, hit subscribe, make me happy, and I'll see you all very soon on the next one. Thank you all. Bye-bye.